peace. Arrest the Cabo 6.
Shanquella Robinson's name may have faded from the headlines, but the push for justice and answers regarding her death is ongoing. Members of the Charlotte community that Shanquella called home announced plans to mail letters to Mexican authorities enclosed in pink envelopes. And Quella's family, led by her dad, has approved the move following a series of disappointing updates from both the Mexican and the American authorities. "We cannot let people forget this. We need to keep talking about Shanquella," one supporter told WBTV. "Every time they see a pink envelope, they're going to know that we're trying to put pressure on them to execute the warrants," said another. So, is the case taking so long? And what do we know so far? Stick around to find out. On Saturday, February 18th, supporters of Shanquella Robinson and her devastated family walked from Little Rock, Zion Church to hand-deliver the written demands for updates in the ongoing case. The 25-year-old's name echoed through the crowd as they each shouted Shanquella while placing letters into the mail drop box. Bernard Robinson, Shanquella's father, told the news outlet he appreciated the gesture. "I don't take nobody's kindness for their weakness," he said. In total, about 100 envelopes were dropped off. 4 months have passed since Shanquella traveled to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, for a vacation with a group of 6 people she believed to be her friends. Tragically, just 1 day after landing, she was found unresponsive in their rental property. Her travel companions claimed she suffered from alcohol poisoning, but an autopsy determined she sustained a severe spinal cord and neck injury and likely died within 15 minutes. Soon after her death, a video surfaced of Shanquella unclothed as another female brutally attacked her. Daniel de la Rosa Ania, a local prosecutor for the Mexican state of Baja California Sur, announced that an arrest warrant had been issued for an unidentified female on November 23rd. The individual has yet to be extradited, and further updates have not been publicized. This has dramatically affected Bernard, who insists he wants justice for her daughter. January 9th marked what would have been the North Carolina native's 26th birthday. Family and those closest to her gathered for a balloon release at her gravesite at Beatties Ford Memorial Gardens. Shanquella's community members, headed by Mario Black, insist they will stand by Bernard and his family until justice is delivered, regardless of how long it will take. Black says he hopes the pink letters will ignite someone there to push a little harder to give Shanquella the justice she deserves. The significance of it is to put pressure on Mexico because they're not owning up to their responsibility in executing the warrants of the Cabo 6, Black adds. About a month ago, the Mexican prosecutor probing the murder of Shanquella asked the U.S. to help determine if there were accomplices in the crime, while the main suspect still hasn't been extradited. Baja California Sur Attorney General Daniel de la Rosa Ania made a rare public comment, saying during a press conference that there is no impunity in the mysterious case and that his office is working with U.S. authorities to order interviews for everyone involved. It is important to obtain the court order with regard to whoever is responsible for this, but also if there were any accomplices, Ania said. In November, the Mexican prosecutor told Bernard Robinson and his family that an arrest warrant had been issued to one of the suspects. But months later, nothing seems to happen. The status quo is pretty loud. This case is fully clarified. We even have a court order. There is an arrest warrant issued for the crime of femicide to the detriment of the victim and against an alleged perpetrator. A friend of hers who is the direct aggressor, Ania said at the time, "We are carrying out all the pertinent procedures such as the Interpol alert and the request for extradition to the United States of America," Ania added. Ania further said the Mexican government would be alerted if the suspect entered the country. Since his warrant announcement, authorities in both countries have remained tight-lipped about where the investigation stands. Legal experts have explained that securing extraditions and charges against U.S. citizens accused of crimes in Mexico can take time. People need to understand that this is not going to be a quick process, Yolanda Trotman, a North Carolina criminal defense attorney and former judge, told her sources. The extradition process takes some time. There's going to have to be a level of patience, I think, with people that want justice quickly, and justice may not look like we're used to. But it seems the victim's family is losing patience with every passing day. "All I want is justice," Bernard Robinson, Shanquella's father, said. "I just want the Mexican authorities, the embassy, to do the right thing, make it right, because they came over there on your soil and did what they did and came back here." Sometime in December of the past year, a group of nearly 200 friends and family gathered to rally in support of the family of Shanquella while her father spoke about the moment he first saw his daughter in the funeral home. "When I saw in that casket and I saw the knot, the cut on her lip, I know for a fact that they did some bodily harm to her," Bernard Robinson said at a rally about receiving his 25-year-old daughter, Shanquella's, body at a funeral home following her death in late October under mysterious circumstances. "Daddy stood there crying like a baby," Bernard narrates. "I sat there and said, 'Baby, Daddy will get you justice.'" On her part, Shanquella's mother, Salamandra Robinson, told our sources that she hasn't been able to get in touch with her daughter's friends who went to Mexico with her since before the autopsy results contradicted their initial story. "I couldn't confront them really because they were gone," Salamandra said. "I did talk to the police. I didn't talk to the other ones again because I didn't see them anymore. They came to our home before the autopsy came." The months-long investigation has raised many questions with Shanquella's family and friends, including childhood friend Kayla Mitchell. What is going on? What's the progress? What's in motion? Like, what's the timeline? That's my question, Mitchell lamented to local media earlier this month. "It's been months now. We don't have any real updates, no progress as we see, you know. We're all wondering why is it taking so long," she vented. Mitchell reflected on her years-long friendship with Shanquella, whom she met freshman year at West Charlotte High School. The two ended up working as teammates on the cheerleading squad. "We started in the IT program when we instantly connected through our love and fashion. We love to dress up," Mitchell said. "We put our finest on every day and we love to take pictures. So that is kind of how our relationship started." Looking back on Quella's life, Mitchell reflected on how she lived. She was just full of energy, just full of love. Another family friend of Shanquella also shared her thoughts, describing how terrible the situation has been for the entire community who lived with the slain beautician. During the March for Justice, Rhonda Holmes made her intentions clear in the letter she crafted in support of Shanquella Robinson. "I am writing you regarding the beautiful young American Shanquella Robinson who traveled to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico," she wrote. "Shanquella was beaten," it reads. "Mexico seriously dropped the ball on this one and needs to make it right." During the recent peaceful march, letters from family, friends, and local folks who had never met Shanquella and people as far away as West Virginia, Kentucky, and Arizona were sent to officials in Mexico and Washington, D.C. They're all different. Some were handwritten and short. One simply asked, "I would like to know why hasn't anybody been arrested in the Shanquella Robinson case?" Others, like Holmes, were a full page, typed and single-spaced. "This case has really gripped me," said Holmes, who sent her letter to federal authorities in Mexico. "She was such a beautiful young lady, and to have her life taken in such a tragic way is devastating." The FBI opened a separate investigation, and agency officials said they had watched the video of the fight that left the whole world shaken. But no news and no arrest have left some supporters and family members disheartened. "I haven't heard nothing," said Bernard Robinson, Shanquella's father. "I'm sitting back and waiting. We just have to sit and be patient and let God do his work." Those who wanted to mail the letters themselves met at the Uptown Church. Others emailed theirs to Mario Black, which he printed and tucked into envelopes. "It's our hope that the letters will make a difference," Black said. "We want to let them know that we care." Bernard Robinson walked to the post office behind a poster of his daughter, but did not need to send a letter. He said, "God is my letter," Bernard said. "God ain't going to put on me more than I can bear. He's fighting my battle." Do you think this is the typical scenario of justice delayed is justice denied? Let us know in the comments section below. And that's it from us today. Until next time, bye.